Good afternoon, everyone. Once again, welcome to our answer and questions for real estate and mortgage. My name is Arlindo Machado. I'm the broker of One Way Realty Group. And I'd like to welcome our guest today, which is Yuri, which is the CEO of
Hi,
the
Arlindo.
mortgage company. How you doing, Yuri?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Good to be here and talk about real estate and mortgage is my favorite topic.
Yes.
I know
Well,
yours is
that's
also
what we do
real
all
estate.
the time, right? We like to
Right.
talk about real estate. You like to talk about mortgage. I like to talk
Right.
about both as well.
Correct. Okay, so let's start. My question is, I mean, we know that what situation we are in now, that investors are sitting and looking at the market and like, okay, should I buy? Should I not buy? Should I wait? And so we'll leave investors alone with their decisions. But my suggestion that first-time home buyers, they should always buy because they secure their payments, their rent is not going to go up. So that's what I think. And my question to you is, what would you suggest for first-time home buyers when they are looking at the possibility to buy? Are there any advices on your part as a realtor and a broker owner and very experienced person in this market, in this industry?
It's a great question, Yuri. This is the thing. There's always time for someone to buy the house on the first time. And one of the questions that people ask me all the time, what is it about first time? Who is actually a first-time home buyer? Is a first-time someone that never bought a house before? No. A first-time home buyer is considered if you're not on the title for the last 3 years. If you're not entitled for the last 3 years, then you are considered first-time home buyer. And that means you can take advantage of the first-time home buyers program. And that's what I'd like to talk about, because some people come and say, do we have any type of down payment assistance for first-time home buyers? Can I get any help? Yes, the answer is yes, you can. There are many cities that they offer city grant. Okay, and I'm going to explain real quickly what it means, and I'm going to give you an idea how you can get them. I'm going to give an example for the city of Harlandale. It's not too far from where I am. The city of Harlandale gives up to $50,000 city grant, and that's a great help for anyone who is buying a house right now. I tell my agents, maybe you know someone that wants to buy a house, but they don't buy because they don't have money. If you can offer them $50,000, would that be a reason for them to buy it? Right? So the answer is always yes. If you have $50,000 extra in your pocket, you will buy a house. So that's how the first-time home buyer, the grant works. You have to be qualified by the city. Okay? It's, of course, you got to remember that the location is areas on the city that the city wants to redevelop. Of course, you're not going to get $50,000 to buy a oceanfront apartment. They're not going to give you that. But they do have many different areas in the city of Harlandale that they want to redevelop, and they're going to offer that $50,000. Now, the $50,000 is not a loan. You don't pay it back. It's basically your money, because if you don't sell the property for 10 years, the money is yours. You don't have to pay back ever. If you sell the property before 10 years, then they will do a calculation to prorate the money that you're going to have to return to the city. But if you have to return the money to the city, the money was not yours in the first time, right? So it's a very good help from the city. Also, the county and the state of Florida, they do have a first-time home buyer assistance. You just need to call to the city, and the city will tell you what you need to bring it to them in terms of documentation to see if you qualify for. And you're going to have to take an education course, about 8 hours. They're going to tell you the institutions that offer that course, and it's a free course. You don't have to pay anything. they're going to give you a certificate at the end, and with the certificate, you go to the city, and then you prove that you took the course. So it is a great help for the first-time home buyers to start buying their houses. Okay. Now, Sergey, Yuri, I have a question for you, which is the market right now, it is moving fast. What type of programs do you have for investors? What is the best explanation that you could give to investors? What type of loan programs you have for them?
Okay, great. It's always the same, but first I would like to add something to what you were saying about first-time home buyers, because what I'd like to mention here, that a lot of people think that, oh, it's such a complicated process, I will never get it, I don't even want to apply and all that. So that might be correct, we don't know that, but I know people that did get this grant and then like that down payment assistance. What I want to mention also, that if as a loan officer, I can assure that the requirements for the first-time home buyer for those down payment assistance programs, they are very similar to those that lender requires to give a loan. So they go hand by hand. So sometimes I can help a lot by providing, I mean, I cannot apply for a grant on behalf of the client, but I can assist in the sense of documentation and actually provide advice on what to send them, and help to prepare application and help to prepare documents, so it goes smoother. Now, when it comes to investors on and current market, I mean, we have pretty much the same tools that we always do. It's just that the structure of the deals, I believe, should be slightly different at the moment. So when I'm talking about products that are available, it's as always full doc program, right, where the client has to show income based on the taxes or W-2, and then basically that income should be enough to cover investment property purchase. That is not the most popular product, right? Typically investors, because they have either portfolio of loans, or they have already primary residence that they utilize their income to cover mortgage. So typically they look for so-called DSCR. That's debt service coverage ratio program, meaning that in this program we'll be covering mortgage payments. And what is unique in the developing market, in the market that we are now, is the ratio itself. I mean, the ratio has to be, for ideal interest rate, the ratio has to be 1-to-1 at least. So meaning that 100% of rents should cover 100% of mortgage payment, I mean, principal, interest, tax, and insurance. So everything related to the mortgage, right? So that is the best case scenario. So in the market where the rates were low, then with the 20% down payment, typically people would have that. Meaning that they give 20% down, and then 100% of their potential rent will be covering their mortgage payment, which is not the case at the moment, because now prices went up and then the rates went up. So now to be able, and that's again from the practice, it's every case is individual, right? So for that we are here, Arlindo is here, and I'm here. I can calculate return on investment and see if it covers or not. I'm sure Arlindo will be of great help for that also. But what I want to mention, that nowadays it's more like 40 or 50% down payment, and then mortgage for the remainder of 50 or 60% would be covered by potential rate. So the structure of these loans is changing because of the higher prices and because of the higher interest rates. But I still think it's a great option for investors, because again, the rate on DSCR loan is very similar to what we have as a rate of inflation. And we do not know if inflation is going to increase or decrease. Fed is trying to battle it, but I think the way they do it, it's going to take long and might not even, they might not even succeed, because to stop printing money to succeed, not only bump up the rate. So that is my understanding of how to decrease inflation. So again, it makes sense to buy 2 properties with a 50% down payment and let potential rent pay off mortgage, because within 3, 4, 5 years that will become profitable because of the prices going up and rents going up. So here we come to some market analysis, right? And what to expect. And I always value your opinion, because you have been in real estate for so long and you know it so well. What do you anticipate in the nearest future? Is interest rates going to impact prices of real estate, sales of real estate? And what do you think about recession? Are we in it? We're going into it? And how it's going to affect real estate?
Great question, Yuri. And by the way, thank you for the answer for the question about first-time home buyers, because we mentioned about the programs for first-time home buyers. And of course, they need lenders to lend the money for the difference. Right. And that was great help in knowing that you are able to help all those people. So meaning we are here, bring them important information on how they buy the house, and you're here to help them to get the money. So to help them to get the dream come true.
Correct. So, it's not just like, okay, there are programs, go get it there. No, we will help. We'll help them. We will give all possible help in a sense of application. I know that most of the programs will not work with me. They will not accept documentation from me, but that does not mean that I cannot help clients to get it ready and to get it the way they want to see it, and and to be in time and like to guide and help. So yeah.
We have involved in a transaction where buyer got $75,000 loan, not loan, $75,000 city grant, and you were able to get the loan for them. And it's a great help from the cities and the county. And also you put your hand on it and you make it true. All right, Yuri, the question you ask is amazing, because everybody's asking what's going on, what is going to happen because the interest rate is going up. Well, the market, it's not going to come down as people are still believing that the market's going to go down. Oh, I'm not going to buy it now because I know the price is going to go down. We have a statistic here that they released in August about, actually they did it in September, about August. 50% of all houses, all condominiums sold in Miami-Dade County, in Broward County, and Palm Beach was over 50% a cash deal. We do have money coming from overseas. So foreign investors are still come to Florida. And let me tell you one thing, Florida is the #1 state that people are investing, right? I have here the top 10 marketing. #1 is Florida, and it's been #1 for the past 5 months. And then we have Los Angeles, which is the second one. Now, countries that are buying in Miami, the #1, believe it or not, is Argentina, #2, Colombia, and #3, Venezuelans, and #4, Mexico, Chile, Peru, and Brazil. So all those countries, and especially from South America, you see all the first topic 6, they're all from South America. And we also have Canada, Spain, and France, but they are one of those last 10s they are buying. #1 is South Florida, South America. Yes. And highest price is being paid by the Mexican and Brazilians. All the other countries, they are, on the average of $500,000. Mexicans are buy $1.25 million property average. Brazilian is about $875,000 average. And then the rest of all the countries are 500, 300, 400,000 average. So the market is still hot. Of course, people that are buying their houses for themselves and they're going to finance, they're going to be a little bit discouraged to do that because of the interest rate is high. But don't wait for the price to go down, because this is something that we don't see it. They're still talking about an appreciation on an average of 6%. So if we do have an appreciation on an average of 6%, meaning prices is still going up, right? And we still have other states that is coming to the United States and investing here.
Correct.
And talk about interest rates, there comes a question for you, Yuri. What do you think? What is your prediction about the interest rate? What do you think the Feds are going to do with the interest rate for the next year?
I think they're going to keep increasing rate until they, how to say, the reason why they are saying that they are increasing interest rate is to battle inflation, right? But to battle inflation, you don't do it just by interest rate. As I mentioned before, you do it by cutting money supply, and money supply also involve. It's not only giving people credit. It's not only giving people loans. It's also cutting supply, like student loan forgiveness bill. That's going to create $1 trillion of extra money in the economy. That means it's going to increase money supply. Same. The other bill, that is infrastructure bill, that was passed and signed into law, that 1.5 trillion, that's another money supply increase in the economy. So with doing that, inflation cannot be battled just by interest rate, right? So these things have to be, like, the spending has to be cut, because more money in the economy. We are seeing less production now, but we see more spending. That actually drives prices up, which is inflation essentially. So when all these things start to happen to battle inflation, like cut money supply and increase interest rates, then the inflation is going to go down. So we don't know what is the actual reason behind the Fed raising interest rates. My understanding that the most simple one, right? If we are going to recession now, and at some stage we're gonna hit where we're gonna hit the bottom of the recession, right? Where like everything is bad and the economy is down, market is down, everything, and then economy is very slow, right? So at that stage, the Fed will need to ignite the economy again, like go back onto the rising cycle. And the best and easiest way of doing that, and that is a fact, it's not on it's by creating credit, by giving access to credit, by lowering interest rate. So to lower interest rate, it has to be high, right? If let's say that we were at 3% interest rate and we hit recession, seriously hit recession, there is no way to start up economy, right? Because we are at 3% interest rate. There is nowhere to put it down. So, and then when the rate is like 10, 15%, then by lowering it down gradually, it's more and more money in the economy, and that actually going to jumpstart the economy again. So that's my basic understanding, because I don't see how by just actually increasing interest rates they're gonna stop the inflation. So
control the inflation. Yeah, you're right. Yuri, thank you so much for your answer. We are getting to the end of our show. And like always, I enjoy very much this show, enjoy very much your answers. You're a very smart person, very professional. And thank you for being here with us. And we'll see you again in the next show. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you like it, please put your like there. And we'll be with you on the next time. Thank you so much.